As with all sponsored videos, I like to make it clear right at the start, and so with that, this video is sponsored by Asus and NVIDIA, and in it, we get to take a look at this, the Asus ROG Zephyrus DUO 15, an already incredible laptop that has an RTX 3080 crammed inside this absolutely tiny shell. Now, I reviewed the last generation version of the Zephyrus DUO and absolutely loved it. It's a genuine innovation and enough of a game changer to make this my go-to travel or on-the-go gaming and editing workstation. But Asus decided that the last generation wasn't quite good enough and they would throw an RTX 3080 inside this incredibly thin machine. What's better is that these machines, you can either buy them with 1080p ultra high refresh rate displays or 4K displays, and thanks to the 3080, you can legitimately play at 4K at 60 FPS at ultra settings in a large number of games, and it's a good experience. On top of that, Asus also decided that for the more esports titles, you might want a higher refresh rate, even at 4K, and so they included a 4K 120Hz panel, which, by the way, is still an IPS panel that covers 100% of the Adobe RGB spectrum. So yeah, it's immensely impressive. As you've probably seen from Nvidia's launch last year, the RTX 3080 that's in this laptop is based on their Ampere architecture, which they will happily tell you is their biggest generational leap ever. The RTX 3080 uses their second generation ray tracing or RT cores and their third generation tensor cores or for AI acceleration, which for the tensor cores, that helps accelerate programs like NVIDIA Broadcast and their DLSS anti-aliasing feature, and for the RT cores, powering the RTX suite of features in games. Also new with Ampere is their third generation of Max-Q technologies. Specifically Dynamic Boost 2.0, which uses AI to help balance the power between your CPU, GPU core, and GPU memory based on current usage to get the most performance out of your system and the thermal and power budgets that are available to it. There's also Whisper Mode 2.0, which lets you set a desired acoustic level, and the software will, in the background, be able to manage your thermals essentially so that it can keep the laptop below that noise threshold. Also new for this generation is resizable bar support. Basically, your CPU normally only has access to small chunks of your graphics memory at a time, but with resizable bar support, the CPU has access to all of your VRAM, which means you get more performance without any extra thermal or battery life costs. And of course there is DLSS, which is NVIDIA's anti-aliasing tech that uses AI to help increase your frame rates while still retaining excellent image quality. Now the RTX 3080 that's in this is rocking 6144 CUDA cores and, get this, 16 gigabytes of VRAM. That's enough to absolutely smash 4K gaming and productivity workloads like 3D modeling, which, yes, this laptop is more than capable of. If you don't believe me, let's take a look and have a play. Right, so we're in COD Modern Warfare. This is on ultra settings at 4K, mind you, and remarkably, we're still getting over 60 FPS. The average that I recorded already was around about 63, but still, 60 FPS at ultra settings at 4K is incredible and a pretty decent experience. If you wanted to make use of the 120Hz display, you can of course drop those settings down a bit, but I'm having a decent time here, even if I can't really aim while talking to camera. But yeah, it's great. Let me rocket launcher this guy right in the face, and I hit myself. GG. Come on, come on, come back here, come back here. I want to hit you with my sticks. Oh, there we go, in the back. Cool. Well, the fact that we're getting over 60 FPS is great. But what about a more esports ready title like Fortnite, for example? Right, so we're in Fortnite and we're getting well over 200, closing 300 FPS at 1080p on low settings, the sort of settings that you would be running if you were playing in esports. One of the nice things though is that Fortnite has DLSS built in, and so I'm running on the performance mode to get a bit more performance while also still retaining good image quality. So let's see if I can find literally anybody. I'm just outside the circle, so we'll see how that goes. To make it clear, I'm also not. If you thought I was bad at normal games, wait until you see me play Fortnite. Right, well I need to be going this way, so let's go to the big mansion-y palace thing. See where that gets us. Oh, I see some people. Ah. Should have waited. Oh, I actually hit him. That's a surprise. Where'd he go? Ah. Bit higher. Yes! I actually got someone. It's always a surprise. Come on. I don't bother building, I just shoot people, and I'm in a low enough lobby that that's fine. Again, I can't believe I got someone else. Oh, yeah, the Fortnite pros are going to be watching this and cringing. Oh, that's what happens when you don't play with audio. And he got me. Well, that was to be expected. Oh, and I should also mention that esports games like Fortnite also support NVIDIA Reflex, which helps lower the input lag, time between you clicking your mouse and you hitting someone on screen, which is always a good thing with this sort of esports title. Being able to click first is pretty important. And of course, we couldn't complete a video about a graphics card that can do ray tracing without playing Cyberpunk with ray tracing enabled, right? So I'm going to do this like NCPD bounty mission while we just admire how pretty this game looks, because it's insane. And this is 1080p, ultra settings, ultra ray tracing enabled, and we're still getting 60 FPS average, which is insane. Apparently I clicked on his head, but that didn't work. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, there's more of them than I thought. And I have no bullets. Let me reload. And that was a grenade. And come on, you. Is that it? Yes, there we go. Right. I've basically been doing all of the background missions. I got to the Meet Hanako at Embers one, and I didn't carry on with that. So I might be slightly, my character might be slightly over leveled for these jobs, but you know what? It works. It's fine. I'm just gonna loot some bodies and then we'll run away. Cool. The fact that we're still getting 60 FPS, even downtown, is kind of insane. When I benchmarked Cyberpunk before, it's an insanely difficult game to run, as you've probably seen. So this is very impressive. Of course, if you're like me and like to do a bit of both gaming and productivity on your machine, then the Zephyrus DUO is still an excellent option for that. This model is rocking a Ryzen 9 5900HX, which I've already done a comparison on. You can check out in the cards above, but suffice to say, it's pretty much the king of laptop CPUs right now. Pair that with the acceleration you get from the 3080 and the stunning 4K display, and you get a very nice experience. If you want to edit some videos, then you can have Premiere open with your footage on the top and then your timeline on the screen pad down the bottom. Or if you prefer 3D modeling instead, then you can have your viewport on the main screen and your animation keyframes on the screen pad. Basically, this is an excellent productivity beast, and if you're interested in doing a bit more productivity than gaming, then you can use the GeForce Experience app to switch between their GeForce Gaming and their studio drivers to get a bit more performance and stability there. So if what you've heard sounds interesting and you want one of these in your life, then you can check out the Overclock HK and scan links in the description down below. That will take you to those sites and you can check them out and maybe pick one up yourself. Also, thank you to Asus and NVIDIA for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for sticking around. Of course, if you have any questions, do leave those in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you think of the Zephyrus DUO, this new version with 3080, in the comments down below. And as always, there's a load of other links in the description you can check out too. Plus, there's also going to be more videos on the end cards if you want to keep watching. Otherwise, that is pretty much it for me. Thank you for watching, thank you to the sponsors, and we'll see you all in the next video.